Hello guys, welcome to today's class. So today we are going to build a login app. Now this is the basic interface that we are going to build. Okay, so through this in this app we will be having our username and password, and we will also be having a login button. Okay, so after clicking on login button, it will take us to another activity. So for us to begin with this, we need to first go to file, then you select new, go to new project, select an empty activity, then click on next, then give it a name, say login app, then keep the package name and location as it was. Okay, you can also change the location according to your preference. Keep the language as Java, and I have selected the minimum as SDK as API 23. So this is my Android 6 Marshmallow. I have selected this Android 6.0 because it will run smoothly approximately on 85% of my devices. Okay, so after this, after you have finished, you click on finish. Okay, then we can start with our project. So this is the new project, empty project that we have created by going to our file section. Now let us jump into our activity main. Okay, now in our activity main, first what we need to do is we need to set our background image. Okay, now in order for us to set our background image, what we have to do is this is the resources file. We have to go here. Under this resources file, we have some sections. You go to Drawable and you paste your background image in this Drawable section. So let us go and copy paste our uh, background image. This is our background image. This is the Android background image, as you can see. Let us say copy this. Yes, we have copied this. Now let us go to our Android resources Drawable section. Let us paste it here now. Press OK. The new name, you can change it to any other name you want, but let me set it as Android background. I now click on OK, and now you see the diagram is here now. Okay, the background picture is here available now. Now in order to implement this in here, what we need to do is we need to go to our code. Okay, so you can click split here. Here what you need to do is in our constraint layout, first you can just write background. Once you start writing background, the Android background comes automatically, and you can just auto complete it by clicking enter. Now after this, you see it again auto completes by giving us the drawable section parts Android background. So you again click enter, and you see the image comes here. So this add drawable is my drawable section that is in my resources. This is my drawable section, and here we in my the name of the image, that is Android background, it is given here. So after you write this, give this command, the diagram will automatically appear here. So let's move on to our design section. So this we have started initially with a constraint layout. So sorry, I forgot to mention that. So we have initially started with a constraint layout. In this constraint layout, what we first did was set our background image, right? Now we need to give this login application a username and a password. Okay, so first let us give a username. So here in this widget part, in this palette part, you go to text, click on text, and then drag and drop this plain text over here. Okay, so it's very simple. You can just drag and drop it and it will appear here. Now firstly, what you need to do is, since this is a constraint layout, you need to fix the constraints. Okay, so you need to fix the constraint like this, in this manner. Okay, and now you can set it in the position that you want. Okay, so you have given it three constraints, one to the left, one to the right, and the upper part. Okay, so now what we will do is we will specify its attributes. Okay, so the attribute that I'll be using for my username, so this is my username, so let me give it as user. Okay, then here as I go down, this is all okay. I will keep my layout width and layout height as my wrap content. In my input type, this is as text person name. You can change it to any preference you want. You can give it text person name, or anything that you want, or anything that is your preference or your username. So okay, I just hit apply. Now for my hint, I need to give it a hint, right, so that people can understand what am I supposed to type here. So I'm giving it a hint, that is my username. Okay, so this even after giving it a hint, this gives us some error. Okay, so what is this error? We need to fix this just by going here and clicking on the constraint layout part. So this yellow triangle that is here, if you click on it, it will give us some suggested fixes. If you click on the fix, it will automatically fix it. Okay, so you see it will automatically fix it. Okay, so after you have given this a hint, what you will do now is go to the text portion and give it a name, say username. So I have typed here my username in my text. Then you can change the text color. Since the background is dark, so you need to give it a contrasting color so that it will appear to our eyes. Let's give it say white, bright white. Okay, so you can see the username now appears. Let's make it bold. Okay, so it appears further. Okay, one more thing I forgot to do is we can change the background as well for this username if you want to separate it out from our from the background that is originally there. So you can go down here, you see the background is here, click on it, and then if you give say black background, that will be okay. So I have given this a black background, and see, you see the background is here. Let me just enhance it a bit. Okay, so it's okay, right? Now again, let us go to our plain text. Okay, so you can either choose plain text or password here. So if you choose password, it is similar to my plain text, but the things that I will write in my password, it will not appear. It will come as dot dot. So say I'm giving here my password, right? So let me give it the constraints as necessary. Okay, I am giving my constraints. Okay, now let me fix the size. Okay, let me enhance it a bit more. Okay, so I have enhanced this a bit more. Now here in my ID, what I can do is I can give here the pass as my ID. Then the size of this username and the password, it should be similar, right? So let's see. So here in my username, uh, what is there? It is layout width is 224 and layout height is 37, right? So let me give it as 224 and 37. Okay, so 37. Okay, after I'm done with this, let me give it a background color. So the background color should be black. Yeah, I'm giving it black. Okay, now here I want to say this as my password. So where can I give this? I can give it as a hint, password. Okay, so this becomes an error, so let me go and fix the error. I go to the constraint layout, I click fix. Again I go here and I give fix here. Okay, still it doesn't appear. So what you need to do is you go to text and write password here again. Okay, and in my text, let me see if it appears now. Okay, so there seems to be some problem. So it's not coming because it is already set as dark color. Let me set it to white. So now it comes. Okay, so let me give it a bold color. Okay, so it's now bold, so you can see your username and passwords are here. Okay, now when we are typing my username, it will come as input text type, but when I'm giving my password here, it will come as dot dot dot, right? Okay, so we will check it out later on as well. But for my app, I used here input the input type that I used for password was just text type. Okay, so here I have also used text type. Now the password that will be shown here will be coming as text type. Okay, so you can change it if you want. If you don't want to show your password, if you want to keep it hidden, then you can just select the text password. Okay, so you can just type here pass. Okay, text pass, then it will come here, see, text password. Okay, so now let us create a button here. Okay, so for this button, you click on button, drag and drop your button here. Okay, and now extend it as you want according to your preference. Give it its constraint, required constraints. So you have given it its required constraint. Okay, enhance it a little bit more. Okay, now you can now you have to give it some ID. Say the ID that I'll be giving here is login. Then what else will I do? I will have to change the background color. Okay, so let me give it a red background color. Okay, then let's change the name of the that appears in my button. So let me give it, text should be login, right? So I'm logging in here. Okay, it has changed. Okay, now let me again fix this. Let me give this bold, and the login should be say white. Okay, okay, so let's also increase the size. Let's give it 20 sp. Okay, so see it becomes a bit bigger. Okay, so this is all. This is my button. Okay, so see here we have not corrected our error, so let's go again and fix it. Okay, we have fixed it. So you see, if there is any yellow mark here, yellow triangle, we need to fix it by clicking on it. Okay, so this is how I have built my interface. Okay, in my login button, I have given it an ID as login. For my password, I gave it as pass, and for my username, I have given it as user. So you see this this is for the device Pixel. So since I will be using Pixel 3a, let me select Pixel 3a here. So Pixel 3a is over here. Okay, so this is how you are creating a simple interface. This is very simple to do. So this is my activity, right? This is my activity. Now I will create another activity, so that if when I place login, it will go to that activity. Okay, so for me to create that activity, I need to go to my Java file here. See, here is my Java file. I'll go here, then I'll click new, and in my new I will create an activity over here. So you see here is an activity. You click on empty activity and it will appear. So you can name this as your second activity. Okay, okay, and keep the remaining as it was, then click on finish. So your second activity will come. Give it some time so that the Gradle build is okay. So once the Gradle has been built, you see the activity that we have created. Successive XML file has been created for my activity. Okay, so for my second activity, I have similarly added my background picture here. If I go to code, you will see that in here I have also added, this is for my activity second.xml. I have added my Android background here. This is the same background that I used for my first activity. Then I have dragged and dropped a text view. Okay, I've dragged and dropped a text view, and I've just written welcome to my app's name. Okay, that is the FS word. Then what I did was I again introduced another text view. This is my, and I have labeled this as my username. Okay, and what it will basically do is it will take the username from my login app and it will present it here. Okay, so when I will press the login button, this activity will appear, and here instead of username, it will show the username that we have typed while logging in our app. Okay, so now let us see how this communication with between these two activity occurs. Okay, okay, so one more thing that I would like to mention is I use some fancy symbols here. So what you can do is if you want to add symbols from your Android project, you can simply go to resources, go to Drawable, then right click on it. You can go to new, and you will see an image asset here. Click on it and you will see some icon types come here. Click on icon type and select action bar and tab icons. Then you can see this clip art option here. Click on it. Okay, after clicking on it, you will see a lot of icons that you can use. So for your lock, you can use this lock key. Okay, so let me just select it. I pressed on OK. Okay, now you can also select the color. Okay, so you go to custom and you can select any custom color here. You can select red or anything. So let me select red. I have chosen it. Then I click on next. I click on finish. Okay, so in my drawable section, you can see the action name. You can also change the name if you want. So it's saved as action name. It's here, present here. So what you can do is you can go to your password, select your password, then go down, you will see an option which is drawable. Where is it? Yeah, drawable left, it's here. So you click on your drawable left, okay, you will find this resources drawable file will come here, okay. You see the drawable file, then you just click on this action name, click on OK, and you see it appears here. Very nice. So for your username, you can also go to drawable, click on new image asset, then you change it as user, okay, click on clip art, then you can search here, say for say user, or you can say, let me give ADB, okay. So this is icon that I like to use. Click on next, click on finish, okay. Now again click on user, go to your drawable left, click on it, go click on this one, sorry, not this one, this one, click on OK, and you see it comes here. So this is how you're giving it some fancy symbols, okay. Okay, so you see there are some errors here, so go to the errors and give just fix. Again go to this error and give it fix. So now it's fixed, okay. So this is our interface, and the second and in this interface let us review what IDs we have given. We have given the ID for username as user. So this is my resource ID that I will be using to in my Java file to indicate this edit text, okay. And for password I have given it as pass, and for login I have given the ID as login, okay. So now let us move on to the Java code. So in my Java code, what I'll do first is initially I will locate my button, okay. So my button is button login button, okay. So I will use find view by ID in order to locate my button. So I will give here r dot, r is my resources dot ID, and my ID that I have used for my button is login, right? So if I type L, it will autocomplete and give me login, okay. I have found my login through my button object, okay. Now what I'll do is I will add an OnClickListener to my button. Why do I add this OnClickListener to my button? So if my button is being clicked, then this OnClickListener method will be activated. So let me use the login dot on set OnClickListener. Then in this set OnClickListener, I have to create a new view, okay. So when I create new view, it automatically comes, and if you just autocomplete it, it will give us this code, okay. Now here what we have to do is we have to locate our edit text, right? So our edit text are username, so we can give that as username equals to we will find view by, we will again use find view by ID to locate our username, and if you give user, it will automatically come, right? User, see, it automatically comes. Again if you press Ctrl D, it will copy paste the previous line. Now let us give here for my password. So if I give here say P, it will autocomplete it. Pass, yes, it auto completes. So I have located two of my edit text, which is my username and my password, through its ID user. This is user, and also this is password, okay. Now what I'll do is I have to take the string from this edit text, right? So let me give my string. So this string should be, say, for my username I am creating a string, and for this string I need to get the string value from my edit text, okay. So if we want to get the string value from my edit text, I have to use the edit text object, which is un dot get text comes here, okay, and I will be converting into to string, right? Okay, similarly I will do this for my password, okay. So you can get your password through this method, same methods, okay. So this is how you get your strings from your edit text. Now what I will do is I will have to send this username that I have given in my application or in my first activity, and I will have to send this to my second activity over here. Okay, so how do I do this? I have to start intent. So what is this intent? This intent is basically communication means between activities. So in your application, in your Android application, there can be more than one activities, right? There can be many, like 3, 4 or 5 activities. So in order to communicate between these activities, you always use intent. Okay, so intent is basically used for sending a text or string from one activity to another. Okay, so it's basically a message communication component. Okay, let us then start by declaring our intent. So my intent will be intent, say, let me write my intent object as start intent. Okay, start intent. So I will be now declaring my start intent like this. So I will again write intent. Okay, now I have to give the application context. So I have to tell my intent, start intent, that I have to go from this activity, like main activity, to my second activity. So in order to do that, if I go and give get application context, it will get the application context of this activity. Okay, then I will have to give my second activity. Okay, and I have to give the class of my second activity. So this is okay. Okay, so as you can see, we have an error here. Oh, okay, so the error is I have forgotten to give new here. Okay, so you see the mark goes over. So this is how you call you declare an intent. So the intent that I have declared here, it takes two parameters. That is, the first parameter is which activity you're in. For that you have to give the get application context. So this basically means the main activity. It is referring to the main activity, and then with a comma you have to tell the intent to go to which activity. So I'm giving here my second activity dot class, so that it understands, my intent understands that it will have to go from my main activity, which is the get application context activity, to my second activity. Okay, then afterwards what we do is, if we want to send some extra information from my main activity to my second activity, what I need to do is I need to use a method known as put extra. Okay, so now I will take my start intent. This is my intent, and I will put extra. This is my method, and this method that requires me to send text from this main activity to my second activity. This will take two parameters. So the first parameter is a key value. So this key value can be anything, but we take the package name as our key value. Okay, so here we give our package name dot, say, my name. Okay, and then we pass the string. Our string is username, right? So we pass the string username to from our main activity to our second activity. After this what we do is we start our activity. The start activity, you see, in this start activity, it will accept a parameter. It will accept the intent parameter. So what intent we have? We have start intent, right? So we give start intent over here. Okay, we have finished our coding for the main activity. Now we will start coding in our second activity. So these are the things we have done in our main activity. Here we have just declared our button on click listener for button, and we will be passing a string, the username string, from this main activity to the second activity via the intent. Okay, now let's go to our second activity. Okay, so now what I have to do is, if I have to check if my if the intent that led on to the second activity, if I have received any information from my main activity. So how I can do that is, I have to use my get intent function dot has extra function as well as extra. Okay, so by using this if get intent dot has extra, I will be checking if this is not equals to null or not. Okay, so in this has extra, what parameter we need to send? we need to send the key value that we have previously set in our main activity. So the key value that we have set here is this, right? So this is our key value. Let us just copy paste this and paste it here. Okay. Now if this is true, then what we will do is we will print the name, the username in our text view. Okay, so in our second XML, what we did was, so in our second XML, we have created two text views. The ID of the first one is txt1 and the other one is txt2, okay, for my username. So here what we have to do is we have to set the txt2, that is my second text view. The username should be set as the username that I have received from my main activity. So how can we do this? By locating our text views. Okay, so if we want to determine our text view, so this will come as text view. Say my first text view is name is this. So we don't have to actually use the first text view, just we are locating it. I'm just showing you how to locate it. So if you use the r.id, you see the txt1 appears. So you use the txt1. Okay, now let me use for my text view 2. So my text view 2, if I give here txt2, it comes automatically. Okay, now what you will do is you will set you will see if your the get intent that you are using here, the function that you are using here, it will initially check if the get intent has any extra information or not. If this is true, then this if condition will become true. Okay, now our main work will be to print the username that we get from the intent. So in order to do that, what we have to do is we have to use the get intent and get extra methods. So if I'm getting a string or anything from my main activity, if I already know that, since I know this will be a string, so let me give string and save it in a variable text, and now I'll be getting my intent and getting the extras that I get from the intent. Okay, and I will get string, right? I need to get string from my extras, so I will type get string, and in here I have to give the key value that I've previously used. So the key value that I've used is this, right? So let me just copy paste this portion. Okay, now you just paste it here. Okay, so this is your key value. So from this key value you will be getting this string and storing it in your text file. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to set the text view tv dot set text. Okay, and we have to give here what we have to give here, we have to give here text, right? So if you give here text, so in my username here, this will appear as my username that I have given in my main activity, right? So this is all. If you now run it, you will see that the application is ready, and it is ready, and you will see the interface as it was. Okay, so let us run it now. Okay, so after giving it a bit of time, so this comes. So now you can give a username. Okay, so let me give a username. I'm giving it as Fardin19, right? And you can give any password that you want. Okay, after giving it a username and password, if you click on login, so it will tell me to welcome to FS World, and it will print my username here, right? Fardin19. Okay, so this is the simple basic login app that I have created. Hope you have enjoyed this, and you can create a login app by yourself, giving some whatever design you like. So thank you. This will be all for today.